So today I'm going to talk to you guys about the importance of CPR. So I want you to imagine that this is your grandma and you're out at dinner with your grandma, when suddenly she clutches her chest and collapses. You have no clue what just happened and you don't know what to do. Minutes later, sweet old grandma dies. However, there was one thing you could have done, and that is CPR. CPR, or cardiopulmonary resuscitation, is basically doing chest compressions and breathing to keep the blood flowing throughout the body into the brain. As a lifeguard, I've been CPR certified for about 2 years now. And today I'm going to talk to you about why and when we do CPR, why we assess the scene and when to call 911, and some basic steps of CPR. So we do CPR when somebody like grandma here suffers cardiac arrest. Cardiac arrest is an electrical malfunction in the heart that causes an irregular heartbeat and disrupts the flow of blood to the brain, lungs, and other organs. It is a leading cause of death, and nearly 90% of all cardiac arrests occur at home, with only about 50% of all those victims getting the proper immediate care they need, which is CPR. Doing CPR immediately can double or even triple the victim's chance of survival, so knowing CPR is a very vital skill to know in life. So now you need to assess the scene, which is just making sure that the scene is safe for you to go help the victim. So for instance, when grandma fell, she knocked plates and cups off the table, and now there's broken glass all over her and around her. That's a danger to you because when you go down to help her, you don't want to be kneeling in glass and getting glass all over you and her. So you will need to clean that up best you can before continuing on. Now that the scene is safe, you can go up to the victim and assess her. So if this was grandma, you'd be like, Grandma, are you okay? And when she doesn't respond, you need to call 911. It's best to designate one person to call 911, but if no one else is around, you will have to call 911 yourself. So now that EMS is on the way, you can begin CPR. The first thing you will need to do is check the airway, and that's pretty much seeing if they're breathing. So to do that, you put your cheek on their mouth, and you'll be feeling for moisture on your cheek, listening to see if they're breathing, and looking at their chest to see if it's rising and falling. So that will look like this. Upon doing that, you notice that they're not breathing, so now you will need to give 2 rescue breaths. Each breath needs to be about 1 second long, and to do that, you need to put a hand like this on their forehead, and then your other hand, and lift their chin up, and this just opens up the airway. When giving your 2 breaths, make sure to plug their nose and look at their chest to make sure the breaths go in. So I'm not going to put my mouth on this dummy because it's not mine, and that's kind of gross, but I can still demonstrate it. So it would be like breath, breath. So the breaths went in, so now you can begin compressions. To do compressions, you want to put one hand on top of the other and interlock your fingers like this. You're going to put this part of your palm on the lower end of their breastbone. Make sure to lock your elbows so that your shoulders are directly over the victim. You're going to be doing 30 compressions, and it's helpful to count out loud. So it would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So after doing 30 compressions, you will go back and do 2 more breaths, and after about 2 minutes, you'll be doing compressions, breaths, and after that, you will need to recheck the airway to see if they're breathing on their own yet. If they're not, keep doing CPR until EMS arrives and is able to take over. So to review, I went over why and when we do CPR, why we assess the scene and when to call 911, and some basic steps of CPR. So this was just a basic overview of CPR, so I do encourage you to go take a CPR class to learn these skills in more depth so that one day, if a situation like this ever occurs, you will be able to assist and maybe even save a life one day. Thank you.